Let's talk about stock market. Back on that stock market
It's a
vibe.
big week, man.
For
So,
sure.
It's the biggest week, right?
For
no,
sure.
well, before we do anything,
Mhm.
last week Jackson Hole, they hinted that there might be a cut in interest rates,
Mhm.
and that sent the stock market high. Actually, it was on Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
It was with Caleb Silver, and he was like, "Happy Invest Fest," because it was up. The Dow was up like 400 points today. Kind of stayed a little, like came back. It came back. So is that enthusiasm in the market just like a 1 day thing, or can that spark a upward trend for the rest of the year?
I think it could spark an upward trend for the rest of the year, but I think we have to remember that the market, I keep saying it, is permanently rigged to stay up. Even with the pullback today, it's still at a multiple higher of where it was before he even made the announcement. I think investors are looking for optimism. They're looking for a rate cut, and more than anything, they're looking once again for a catalyst to be able to get into the market, to know that the market is going to drive higher and they're going to get a higher return. So I think this is going to be the start of it. For my traders, don't try and front run the news. Just wait for the news to come out and then pick your levels where you're going to execute. Great lesson. Write this down. You need to know your 3 entries where you're going to get in. I gave some yesterday, but have 3 levels on each chart, on your day chart, for where you want to get in, and you'll be A-okay. Don't front run the news, but for my investors, use this as a catalyst. Like, the pullback some today, yes, but it's still up higher and at a multiple of where it was on Friday. And if you hold for the long term, that's the real win. That's the real win.
Yeah, Friday is important. It showed what we had anticipated, that September is, I think it's at 95% now, the chance of a 25% cut.
Yep.
But I think more importantly is what happens Wednesday, or equally as important.
Yep.
How Nvidia reports will determine how the rest of this month is going to fare out, and how this AI economy will fare out. Right? If their numbers show that there is still extreme growth and extreme demand, that ecosystem, and I know you kind of alluded to it yesterday about the ecosystem of AI and specifically semiconductors, that'll tell us a lot, right? If you look at the companies that have moved the market and the industry that has moved the market, it has been that. Who is the leader of that? Obviously, it's Nvidia. All expectations are that they're going to have another blowout quarter, which is 2 years in a row. It's almost unprecedented.
Incredible.
Right? Like, we hope, last quarter, we sneezed at 70% growth, right? We ask ourselves, when is good not good enough? So it'll probably be another one of those scenarios. So that'll be important going into September. And then if you have a rate cut, again, that even adds to the bullish sentiment. So this is interesting. This is like one of these late summer things that hasn't really happened over the past few years, where it's like, wait, we're waiting for it. We're waiting for it. Is it going to drop? Was the pullback?
Well, you got your drop last Wednesday. This is the importance of execution.
Exactly.
Go ahead. Yeah, it happened Wednesday, and some people were like, well, the Tuesday, I thought the market was going to drop. Wednesday comes, now you're afraid. Friday, the market goes up. Just prepare every month to buy in, and you'll be okay. A lot of the biggest mistakes I see investors and traders make is over analyzing the move and not getting in. I know a lot of technicians who are great who won't deploy capital. You have to put the money to work. So when the next moves become available, and we saw this when Nvidia went to 89, put in chat, I will not miss out on the next big move.
Yeah, and I got a bunch of texts. It's at 173. Should I do it? I'm like, it hasn't even moved 1% yet. Like what the Nasdaq is falling. I'm like, it fell 1%. Like, people are in fear of that deep correction of like, hey, we went down 10%. We went down. We had that happen. That actually happened this year. We saw it.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if it happens 3 times or 4 times in the same year. What we can do is, hey, where are we at now? Is there a catalyst event? Is it a strong company? Yeah, we got to take advantage of that. Are the economic factors in our favor? Yeah, we got to take advantage of that.
For sure. Oh, and pardon the drip. Oh, pardon the drip. We'll talk about that later on. Blackout conversation. But
excellent. Then you put the caption, Tiger was hunting on something. I said, I get the theme for each day now. Got you.
Oh, man. Since we are live, I think it'll be good. We in the mix of this show, we can answer some questions. There's been a few questions about Nvidia in the chat. One person said he shorted over Nvidia until October. Other person said, "Do you think Nvidia will fall after earnings?" Another person said, "What do you think about Nvidia's? What do you expect from Nvidia's earnings?" So, okay, that seems to be a common theme on questions from the chat is Nvidia's earnings.
I'm going to be very frank with you. Earnings don't matter. Here's what matters. What company is going to keep America afloat and move the GDP of America up? That's the bet. So if you tell me you think Nvidia, because if you're trading, that's different. But if you're looking to hold for 6 months to 5 years, this earnings doesn't matter. But are they going to do incredibly well? Yes. Because if not, the entire AI ecosystem is going to blow up. So you're basically saying, is Michael Jordan, shot the Magic, going to fail in the finals? It has not happened. I think Nvidia in this era has become what Apple should have been, and they're going to do incredibly well. Hold for the long term. If you're in an option to your call, hold for the long term. I think a lot of times we miss out on 300, 400% gains worrying about a 25% or 20% drawback. Man, you're missing out on completely on the upside. And that's why me personally, I never looked at earnings or talked about earnings. I know some of you want to trade it. You can get put in a wood chipper doing that because they can report well and the stock will still fall.
Mm-hmm.
Know your levels beforehand. It does not. It's like the third pick of the draft matters. When they picked Jordan, they did something right. For those of you who don't hold Nvidia these next 5 years, you're saying, I don't want to be rich. You do whatever you want to. You listen to the earnings and shout Tom Lee and everybody else. It doesn't matter, bro.
All right,
the entire economy is tied to Nvidia the next 5 years until OpenAI goes public.
Until further notice. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit because I'm gonna say that earnings do matter, right? In this sense, if we're trading on a quarterly to quarterly basis, that is risky, right?
We're not looking like, yep.
Hey, we're going into earnings. Let's add shares or let's add option calls. They are catalyst events. What they do provide is where they currently stand, right?
Yeah.
The company and what the future of the company's growth looks like. So in that sense, they matter, right? Because if they don't, I'll give you an example, right? When AMD doesn't offer future guidance, that's going to hurt their shares, right? That company's going to fall. Now, they could have a blowout quarter, right? And we've seen companies have blowout quarters, Netflix for sure, right?
It's happening. Yep.
Tesla does it, right? Or it could be the inverse. They have a terrible quarter, and we watch Netflix, the stock price increase. So in that sense, it matters because they're like, wait, what are you talking? No. Here's the thing about Nvidia, and this is very strategic. If you look at the ecosystem of hyperscalers that use Nvidia, look at how they reported. So this is when I'm talking about earnings matter. How has Amazon reported, right? What did Microsoft's earnings call look like? How did TSM's report look, right? Because these companies, right, are using them as businesses. How did Dell look over the past quarter? How did Oracle look over the past? All these companies that are involved in the ecosystem, Vertiv, Micro, all part of that ecosystem, Broadcom, how are they looking? How are they reporting, right? That AI. So if we're starting to see that type of momentum,
and those boats are being lifted by the tide of Nvidia.
That means the momentum is strong. That means the demand is strong. That means we're on the forefront of something, right? And if you heard anything that we've said over the past year, right, AI is going to lead, and this is the leader. And if all of those boats have shown strong demand, you better believe that the leader is going to show strong demand. Now, again, when is good enough, or when is being great enough, we'll see on Wednesday, right? But if they show 50% growth or 60% growth,
that's still a
technically
win.
That would be a decline, right? Because they showed 78, right? When they went from 244 to 134% growth, we said, damn, they're on a decline. But that's 134% growth year over year.
And
who's doing that?
If you're having a battle of if you can sell your chips to another country and you're being treated like a superstar draft recruit, it's a sign that the company's doing incredibly well. But for everyone here, I need you to know, stop losing your long-term wealth looking at short-term analytics. See you all the time.